I'm Romy. I'm a biotech material designer and a textile thinker, and I just graduated from the Swedish School of Textiles in June. And I'm very delighted to present to you my master project today, Kera-Plast. And in a nutshell, Kera-Plast is a stiff, biodegradable and renewable material out of human hair, which is created in a combination of traditional textile techniques with a thermo-compression molding approach. And before I want to show you the results, I want to share a little bit about the material story and the inspiration and the Kera-Plast process. So materiality plays a crucial role in the daily life of our Western society. Also, as the prognosis of a further rising population is up to 11 billion people around 2100, also the pressure on our current living and consumption system grows. And I was very intrigued by these parallel courses, and I was wondering, how can the human being contribute to these renewable resources? So I was realizing that actually hair is growing quite fast, and it sums up to in our whole lifespan to 1,000 kilometers, which actually results to 7 million kilogram waste per annum per year. So I was wondering if there is something we could do about it, but in history we used hair and we also created with it. But in today's Western society, our lives are guided by many preformed norms and established as ethical standards that stop ourselves perception as being part of the world of nature. So if we aim for living in a circularity in the future, it is time to rethink our systems with a new mindset. And therefore, I wanted to challenge the systems and create something, a usable material out of human hair. So I made a lot of experiments, and basically in the experiments, I came up with a process which looked like this. I went to the hairdressers and asked if I can have the hair waste, which are fibers around 3 centimeters to 10 to 15 centimeters, and tried to create with it. So I washed it, I tried to dye it. I personally found a very good actually to have the textile techniques, because these really help to control and to get hold of the material as well as to create with it and have a control over a pattern. So as you can see here, I was using a knitting machine with the longer hair fibers, and I was working on a small mini hand loom with the short hair fibers. And there I also was able to structure and create with it. Also, I tried to implement a 3D surface as textile quality, as structure and repetitions. I was working together with the chemistry lab or the polymer lab in our university. And I was using the thermo-compression machine. So I pressed it with a lot of heat. Actually not a lot of heat, but more pressure. So it was a lot of pressure. And so the knitted or woven or non-woven textile piece was pressed in the machine, which then actually created more stiff material. You can see here that the water kind of acts as a plasticizer, so it fused together even without any additional binder. Here you can see very well that every single fiber kind of glued together. And this resulted in a very shiny and stiff material. This, for example, is a woven one. You can also see the natural colors. So it's dark, middle brown, and blonde hair, which I laid in stripes while weaving. And the warp is still in there. So now I want to show you some further pictures, and I go back to my presentation. So this resulted in various samples, as you can see here in the back. These are woven ones where I removed the warp thread. Against light, the blonde hair actually also gets translucent, which is quite interesting to see. The front is wool, and it's a knitted piece, because of course with knit you need any additional
Thank you, Romy. The time is
okay, then I just flip through. That's the last pieces, and if you want to have more information, then you always feel welcome on the webpage. Thank you so much.